Hi, and welcome to Mighty Math, the channel that makes all kinds of nice mathematical concepts accessible, understandable, and lovable. On today's video, vaccine efficacy. How is it measured? If we are told a vaccine has an efficacy of 95%, what does it mean? How is it calculated? And why efficacy? Although we might expect some heavy statistical analysis, it is surprisingly simple. Whenever testing a new vaccine, we have both an experiment group getting the real thing and the control group getting a placebo. In order to display a statistical difference, both groups have to be big enough and comprise of people of various ages, health background, have equal representation for both sexes, and so on. And let's also assume that they are equal in size. As a simple example, for two groups that meet those demands, suppose in the control group we have 8 infections and in the experiment group 2 infections. We now work only with these two numbers. One thing we could do is take the ratio 8/2, which is 4, and say that according to the results, getting a vaccine, you're 4 times better off than not getting it, or something like that. But what does it mean? Is 4 times okay? Good? Excellent? Maybe bad? Perhaps the natural thing to do is to use the opposite ratio, the number of infections in the experiment group and the number of infections in the control group. 2/8, which is 1/4 or 25%. It's okay, but that would mean that the lower the ratio, the bigger the efficacy. Now, the vaccine is not better or worse because of the way we measure its effect, but this is a psychological issue. We want the ratio to be such that the bigger it is, the better the protection, with a ratio of 1 or 100%, meaning full and complete protection. What can we do? We take the complement to 1, a simple 1 minus 1/4, 3/4, or 75%. So here's the formula. 1 minus the ratio between the number of infections in the experiment group and the infections in the control group. That's it. One of the first pharmaceutical corporations to get their COVID-19 vaccine approved had an experiment group and a control group, both comprising of about 22,000 people. The number of infections in the experiment group was 8. The number of infections in the control group was 162, so a vaccine efficacy of 95% was announced. One last thing, why this strange word efficacy and not the regular efficiency? Well, the two words do have a rather similar meaning, but efficacy is used as a professional term, meaning the efficiency as measured in an experiment under controlled conditions, to distinguish it from efficiency, which is measured in the real world, so to speak. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you love math, because when you love math, math loves you back. If you hate it, it hates you back with a vengeance. Please make me a happy man by subscribing, a like, perhaps a comment. Until next time, bye-bye.